Hi guys, it's Siobhan with To Kitty and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing December monthly readings for all of the zodiac signs. I will leave the timestamps in the description box and linked in the comments below so you can jump ahead to your sun, moon, or rising sign videos. I actually recommend to check out all three. That way you get a more holistic overview of the energy that you're working with over the course of December. And I also recommend that you check the readings at the end of December to see how the energy played out so that you can know how to work with these types of readings in the future. If you guys would like to book a reading, all of the information can be found on my website, tokittyandbeyond.com. So let's go ahead and jump into the readings. All right, hi Aries, welcome to your December monthly reading. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energies that you guys are working with in the month of December. So these are general, just keep that in mind, take what resonates and leave the rest. So for Aries in December 2021, what is the overall energy, please? Ooh, okay, Aries, you guys got the Seven of Swords as the overall energy. That's not an easy energy to be working with in December. Let's see what else is going on. So what's the obstacle and challenge that you guys are working with this month? Five of Cups, Aries. Yeah, that's quite a challenge. Grief. This is an intense reading just already. Let's see what else is going on. What's the advice and guidance from Spirit? You got the Two of Cups as the advice and guidance. And let's take a look at the overall energy or the potential outcome energy for the rest of December and going onwards from there. Aries, what is going on? You guys got the Ten of Swords for the outcome energy. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Aries, the overall energy you guys are coming up with this month is the Seven of Swords. This is not an easy energy. It's actually my least favorite card in the deck. And it's all about deceit, deception, betrayal, underhandedness, things kind of going on behind your back. So there might be that kind of an energy that you're working with through the course of December. This could be within relationships with others, or this could be to do with things that you've undergone in the past that are similar to this, or hold themes of betrayal, deception, and the grief that this resulted in terms of relationships that you've been in, either romantic or anything else, platonic, familial, whatever. So the challenge you guys are working with in the month of December, Aries, is the Five of Cups energy. And the Five of Cups is a difficult card because it does represent grief, and it's looking to the past, basically focusing on what you've lost, what has not worked out, and connections to the past that are no longer with you now. So this could be because of some kind of a betrayal that happened. The overall energy is a focus on this kind of deception. This could also be self-sabotage too. So you don't always want to look at it from the external perspective. Sometimes it's purely internal, so take it how it resonates. But this is definitely a difficult energy to be working with because you're either self-betraying and this is resulting in grief, or there's other people who have betrayed you and this is resulting in grief or has resulted in grief. So you're focusing on the grief this month. It's a bit of a challenge to work with this energy, but the challenge is always the opportunity. At least that's how I like to look at it. So you have this opportunity to overcome this grief this month. And the advice and guidance you guys are getting is beautiful. It's the Two of Cups. So this is partnership, healthy relationships that have really nice reciprocity to them. There's equal give and take, and there's mutual understanding, mutual respect. There's interdependency rather than codependency, and there's a willingness to work with this energy of love or partnership. The Two of Cups isn't always soulmate type of romantic love. It can also be platonic, partnerships, familial, any kind of relationship where it's you and the other person and you're both on the same page. You both are offering to each other in an equal manner, and you're willing to work together in some way, shape, or form. And I like how in the Two of Cups shows up in the Five of Cups card behind him. So meanwhile, he's grieving all of this, but those two cups are sitting there. And the spiritual guidance for this month is to focus on that, to work with the Two of Cups energy, to move into partnerships and healthy connections, because that's what's going to help you to overcome some of the pain or trauma or grief from the past around people who betrayed you or who didn't have your best interests at heart, or things that didn't work out the way that you hoped that they would. And now you're being offered this opportunity to create new connections or to improve the connections that you already have if they can be improved. Last card you have, though, is the Ten of Swords. Again, this is a really challenging card, but this is very much in the mental space, the mental realm. So this is kind of like hitting rock bottom, mentally kind of surrendering to this difficult or challenging experience, maybe even allowing yourself to kind of really dive deep into the grief and feel it. And it can feel like hitting rock bottom when you do that. However, this is the beginning of a new day. It's always darkest before the dawn. And I know that's cliche, but it's so true. It really is. It seems the most hopeless right before you're about to have a breakthrough. It seems the most entrenched right before you're about to change something in a major way. So the Ten of Swords is here to let you know that there's a new day dawning, and this kind of overall energy for the month of December might be difficult, and it might challenge you to kind of go deep within your relationships, to the heart center, doing some heart chakra healing, especially within connections, relationships, partnerships of all kind. And then kind of coming out the other side, having kind of come to your limit on what you will allow or what you have allowed in the past, and no longer taking that with you, really demanding that you have really nice, equal, balanced, dynamic relationships. So that's usually a good thing here with the Ten of Swords, is that it does kind of bring you an opportunity to shift out of the things that did not work for you. And let's grab a final closing oracle card to see what additional messages are coming through for you guys. Wow, so you guys had the Truth Be Told card come out, and it came up in the reverse. So this is usually an indication that there's been some kind of deception, because the truth is not being told. So you guys kind of want to watch for where you're either lying to yourself about a particular relationship, or someone is lying to you. And so you kind of want to get to the root of this as best you can by taking off the mask, really speaking from the heart, putting it all out on the line. I know that takes courage, and it's scary because it's vulnerable, but this is how you can forge real connections. And that's how you'll know who is on your side and who's not. Because if they're not willing to open up to the depth and degree that you are, then maybe that's not an ideal connection. Or maybe there's something else going on that you need to understand or to move away from. So that's what I have for you this month, Aries. I really hope that helped and that it resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And again, if you guys are looking to book a reading with me, you can find all the information at tokittyandbeyond.com. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your December monthly reading. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or whatever brought you to click on this portion of the video. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energies that you guys are working with this month. So, Taurus, what is the overall energy for the month of December for my fellow... No. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the energies that you guys are working with in the month of December. So for Taurus, what is the overall energy for Taurus in December 2021? You guys have the Death card as your overall energy. And what is the challenge or obstacle that Taurus is working with in the month of December? You have the Two of Wands. What is the advice and guidance from Spirit? Wow, that one really just jumped right out. You have the Ace of Swords. Beautiful. And what is the potential outcome energy? Keep in mind, potential outcome is always just a potential, and it's how you choose to work with that energy. You have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so Taurus, not a bad month. You're starting out with a little bit of intensity here with the Death card, but in my experience, whenever the Death card comes up, it's usually not to do with something that's really difficult or challenging, although it can be. It's more so when you're going through some kind of a transformation. And yes, change can be hard, but it can also bring a lot of beautiful things. And transformation is something that death brings, right? It's just a changing of form. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change form. So the same thing happens throughout our current lifetime, where we constantly are evolving, changing, and growing. And I just get this feeling, Taurus, that you are really expanding into new concepts of who you are, where you're going, what you want to be doing, and it really shows here. So embrace this process of transformation, because death is never final. It's only ever a transition into something new. So allow something to end so that something new can begin. And you have the Two of Wands as your obstacle or challenge energy. So this is something to work with. It might be a little bit more of a restriction at the beginning of the month, but I feel like by the end of the month, you guys are going to come into this real sense of clarity on which direction you want to move. So the challenge this month is really kind of about picking a new direction. It's finding a road that works for you and a way that works for you, and how you're going to do that is completely unique to you and your situation. But there's definitely a change happening this month that's providing new opportunities, and sometimes that can be a little overwhelming if there's more than one opportunity or there's more than one path that you can go. So this is up to you. The challenge is to kind of discern or determine which path is going to be the right one for you. And there's no wrong path. I want to make that very clear, that no matter what path you take, ultimately you're going to get to where you're intending to go, either consciously or your soul will direct you as needed, right? Divine intervention is a thing, but you always have free will, so you get to choose which path is aligned with you the most, given what you're currently wanting, desiring, and what you're currently kind of working towards. Next, the advice and guidance from Spirit is the Ace of Swords. So yes, you guys are definitely going through a new beginning here this month in December. It's the ending of something new. It's the beginning of something else. So the Ace of Swords is a new beginning in thought. So this is a shift and a change in the way that you've been conceptualizing or cognitizing your life. So you guys really are able to move forward with new ways of thinking about things, or having an epiphany of some kind that allows you to move out of a period of stagnancy where you were stuck, or where you were confused about which direction you wanted to go. And having that clarity will then give you the energy to really pursue that, because the last card you have, the potential outcome energy, is the Knight of Wands, which is a very exuberant, action-oriented, explorative type of energy. So I feel like you guys are going on some kind of a journey in December or into the new year, where you're really kind of reassessing where you've been and changing, transforming into new things, new places, new ideas, new careers, new experiences, new relationships, whatever it is. You're really moving from something that you did before, but it doesn't work anymore, and now you're moving into something that is really going to create a lot of opportunity for you, a lot of adventure. So get curious, get excited. It doesn't have to be daunting. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be overwhelming to choose a path. It's like you really have the world in your hands. So you can really lean into that, hopefully, and that epiphany that's coming with that Ace of Swords, the messages, the clarity, the insights that you're going to be gaining this month. Spirit is backing you up on that, so pay attention. That's going to help you to really start taking action, moving forward, and pursuing what it is that you really find lights your fire, sparks your passion, and allows you to move forward, to grow, to move towards a goal, whatever it is that you're seeking. Okay, so let's grab a final closing card from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and we'll see what else is coming up for you guys. So for Taurus in the month of December, well, you guys have two cards. You have the Mending card and Unfinished Symphony. So mending is about fixing something, bringing something back together. It can also be about applied creativity, where you're essentially kind of taking something that didn't work before and transforming it into something new. You're mending it, you're fixing it. And it's interesting because you have the Unfinished Symphony card as well, which means that there's something that needs to come to a close. There's something that needs closure, or there's something that needs to be completed or finished in some way. And that's what we're seeing with the overall energy of death as well. It's like there's something that needs to come to its full completion state. It hasn't quite yet, but it most likely will over the course of December and leading into January as well. So fix what can be fixed, bring that along with you, transform what's ready to be transformed, let go of the old, step into the new. New insights, clarity, creativity, and ideas are on the table for December for you guys, Taurus. So I really hope that this reading resonated with you and it helped you through the month of December. If it did, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you guys are looking to book a reading with me, all the information can be found at tokittyandbeyond.com. Thank you so much, Taurus, for being here, and we'll see you next month. Bye. Hi Gemini, welcome to your December monthly readings. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energies that you guys are working with this month. So for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, what is the energy, the overall energy for December? You guys have the Page of Cups coming up as your overall. What is the obstacle or challenge that Geminis will be working with in the month of December? Wow, that really ricocheted out of there. You have the Knight of Pentacles, and I'm going to take it in the reverse because it came out kind of upside down. So I'm going to take that. What is the advice and guidance from Spirit for Gemini in the month of December? Knight of Cups reversed. Wow, that's interesting. 2 knights reversed in this reading. That is rare. And what is the potential energy of the outcome? Wow. Oh my gosh. Gemini, you got the High Priestess. Okay, so this is a really interesting reading. Let's go ahead and take a look into these cards. So Gemini, your overall energy is coming up as the Page of Cups. So I really get this sense that you guys are working with a really intense kind of emotional substance this month, or there's new messages that are coming in from an emotional standpoint. So you want to pay attention to your dreams is what I'm hearing as well, especially since you have that High Priestess in the outcome. Pay attention to your dreams. The subconscious mind speaks in symbolism and through emotion. So you want to kind of decode that and interpret that in a way that's going to give you insight and information that you can then use moving forward. So Gemini, you keep an eye out for emotional messengers, either from other people, from yourself, your environment, or from your dreams. And the next card you guys have, the obstacle to overcome this month, is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So I do feel like there's going to be a little bit of I'm getting the word hesitancy. It's like there's hesitancy to kind of start out on a new journey, especially if you're kind of waiting for something to happen outside of you to kind of initiate it or give you that sort of green light to go ahead. That's what I'm feeling, Gemini. It's like you're in waiting mode. And you're like waiting for the flag to go, you know, if in a race, or the shotgun to like announce the beginning of the race. It's like you're in that anticipatory stage of just being at the very beginning, but you haven't quite begun yet. So it does feel a little bit, it can come through as apprehension or anxiety, but I do kind of get this sort of restless feeling to it, but it's also, it's charged with excitement. It does feel like you are excited, and so that's the more higher vibrational energy. That, you know, the lower vibration will be anxiety. So it really kind of just depends on how your perspective is relating to this holding period right before you're about to take off and launch yourself into the unknown, because that's what it feels like. And again, if there's hesitancy there, then you kind of want to look at maybe into the emotional realm, get some emotional guidance, do some emotional clearing work or some inner child work to understand where that hesitancy or that fear might be coming from, if that's the dominant energy. The advice and guidance from Spirit is the Knight of Cups reversed. So this is interesting because the Knight of Cups to me really speaks to like emotional movement forward and romanticism and idealism and moving forward over sort of difficult waters emotionally into something that's going to be really beneficial, especially when it comes to like relationships. But I'm getting more of a sense that this is kind of like, again, there's internalized emotional messages that are wanting to come through. And it's kind of, it's not that there's a block to them per se. It's more so that it's almost like you feel overwhelmed by them because you're in this waiting stage for something to happen. So it's like, but this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time to be receiving those messages, to be looking inward, is when you're on the verge of really starting something new. But I think the kind of caveat to that is that when you're in that waiting phase, it can be challenging to kind of allow yourself to occupy your time by looking inward and by receiving these messages. It's like you just want to focus on what's about to happen, which is that go, go, go. But for now, they're saying kind of rein it back a little bit. Two Knights in reverse also speaks to me of really taking a rest, because Knights in the upright are about movement forward. It's going on a journey. It's delivering messages. It's really, you know, going on a quest of some kind. And I do get the sense that that's going to happen here. But you're in sort of like the holding period before that happens, and so there's a need for rest. But again, that can be challenging because there's this anxiety, this restlessness, this anticipation that's there. So you kind of have to work with that in a way that's going to allow you to occupy this time with something beneficial and fruitful. And that's what the High Priestess is talking about. So the potential outcome energy is working with this High Priestess energy. So connecting to your spirituality, connecting to your higher self, connecting to higher knowledge and wisdom as well. This could be learning something esoteric or sort of fringe. It could be looking for information or receiving information, again, because you have a lot of these sort of messenger cards. These could be coming from other people as well, because these are a lot of court cards that I'm seeing here. You know, the pages, the knights. These are people, or they can represent people if they're not representing aspects of yourself. So be open to where these messages are coming from and the insight and the clarity that you're gaining in this sort of holding phase where you're waiting to take off into something new. The High Priestess will also bring you a lot of coded messages again, so this can come through the dream state. Pay attention to those messages and try to interpret them as best you can. Let's get a clarifier or a final closing message, I should say, if I can talk, from the Wisdom of the Oracle for Gemini in the month of December. You have all that glitters. Okay, so all that glitters is kind of about not being distracted by shiny things. Again, it's like focusing on what is actually the most important. And it's not so much about the outward journey, it's the inward journey. And especially this month in December, it's really asking you to really dive deep into these more spiritual, subconscious aspects that are going to give you a lot of clarity, insight, wisdom, and potentially even healing as well. So don't go for something that's flashy. Don't go for something that seems really nice on the surface. You know, kind of rein it back a little bit. Focus on the inward. That's what's most important in December. Also, it can be about taking off the mask and seeing something more clearly. All that glitters can indicate, you know, basically you're valuing something that is not real or that's fake. So again, getting really to the root of that by going inward, by connecting with the dream state, by being the High Priestess or talking to a High Priestess, right? This could be a reader, a spiritual healer, a teacher, even a therapist of some kind, you know, anything like that to help you kind of interpret the information and apply the wisdom in a way that's going to help you to see things more clearly, so that when the time is ready to go, you can go. All right, so that's what I have for you this month, Gemini. I really hope that it resonated and that it helped. If it did, let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can find all of the information at tokittyandbeyond.com. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and we'll see you next month. Bye. All right, hi Cancer, welcome to your December monthly reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or whatever brought you to this part of the reading. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energies you guys are working with in the month of December. So what is the overall energy for Cancer in December 2021? Overall energy. You guys have a few cards. Okay, I'll take them. So you have the Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups reversed, and the Ace of Cups as the overall energy. So this is a lot. Let's see what else is coming up. What is the challenge or the obstacle that Cancer is working with this month? You guys have the Knight of Wands as the challenge or the obstacle. What is the advice and guidance from Spirit? Wow. You guys have the Fool card. And what is the potential outcome or the potential energy of the outcome? Okay, you guys got the Five of Swords. Okay, so Cancer, let's take a deeper look at what's going on here. So your overall energy is kind of all over the place. Let me just say that there's a lot going on here. It's like there's stress, there's anxiety, there's a wanting or a need to move on, to move forward, to move away, whatever it is. It's like there needs to be something that is changing this month, because the anxiety and the pressure that is building is a little bit too much. And then you have this really nice Ace of Cups here. So you have a potential for a new beginning in the overall energy, but it's going to kind of take you into uncomfortable territory. There's going to be a need to address some of these internal anxieties, fears, traumas from the past, things that don't work for you anymore, things that are not fulfilling, things that are kind of creating a sense of unease within you because you're not where you want to be, or you're not doing what you need to be doing. So it's going to be a little uncomfortable to be in this energy, to move through it. But on the upside, when you do that, you're going to move towards the Ace of Cups. So you're going to move towards personal healing, potentially new relationships, or any kind of new love within yourself or outside of that, outside of you. So, I mean, overall, with the overall energy, it looks pretty good, because no matter what you're experiencing in December, there's an opportunity for peace, there's an opportunity for healing, and there's an opportunity for love as well. And that's being offered from the universe. So make sure that you grab that cup, right? Because it's coming to you from the universe. So make sure that you embrace it, that you receive it, and that you use it. The challenge you guys have to overcome this month is the Knight of Wands. So this is interesting because the Knight of Wands is this very sort of raring to go, very passionate, sometimes aggressive type of energy. So in the challenge position, this could be that you're wanting to really kind of hit the ground running, but there's a need to kind of assess where it is that you're going, why you're going there, what it is that you're trying to accomplish or achieve. And so the Knight of Wands, it does kind of speak to me of reining it back a little bit, but at the same time, focusing on what sparks your joy, what really creates passion within you, or what allows you to feel that sense of excitement or exuberance that makes you want to move towards your goal. So doing some personal healing work this month can help you to kind of find a direction that you want to go in. It's not going to be easy because this is the challenge, but it can be done when you embrace that, and especially when you work on self-love. I think that's really the most predominant thing that's coming through that I'm picking up on here, because that's going to help you with everything else this month. The advice and guidance from Spirit is the Fool card. And the Fool card, this is a beautiful new beginning, and you've got that Ace of Cups as well. So you guys are really starting something brand new this month, or you already have, and you're starting now to kind of see the result of that, is that like you kind of have to start from scratch. But the Fool card is number 0, which is like infinite potential, or the void space where anything is possible. So you can really do whatever it is that you want to do. The Fool card does indicate that you need to travel light. So don't take anything with you that you don't need with you, because that's really just going to weigh you down. That 9 of Swords and that 8 of Cups energy is emphasizing, like, don't take stuff from the past that stresses you out. Don't take emotional or mental things from the past that stress you out. Those need to be purged and cleansed just as much as the house, the car. Take out the garbage, basically, is what it's saying. And take with you only what is most important. He travels really light. He's got just what he can carry. And he's dressed really nicely, but he doesn't need all of the extraneous things. And he's not focused on that. He's really focused on finding what brings him joy, what really makes him feel free and alive and excited. And he sees everything from this very optimistic point of view. So Spirit is encouraging you to kind of take stock of what you don't need anymore, and that will kind of help you to reassess where it is that you want to be moving towards and what you need or don't need to be taking with you. This is a beautiful new beginning all around. Now, that being said, you guys have the potential energy as of the outcome as the 5 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords is not my favorite card. It's an energy of kind of competition or ego battles, kind of butting heads type of thing. It's like needing to be right for the sake of being right. So if you are battling with your own ego this month, again, assess whether that's really serving you. Is that really helping you to get where you want to go? Is that creating problems for you where maybe you're too impulsive, or maybe you're not impulsive enough, where you're kind of dampening your own fire and digging your heels in? So it's going to be different for all of you, but you do kind of want to look at where you've been creating challenges that don't need to be there. And that is something that you can heal for sure. That's something that you can let go of. That's something that you can change and transform. So let's see if there's any other messages that want to come through from the final oracle card from the Wisdom of the Oracle. So okay, you guys got 3. And again, you got 3 in the overall energy, and you've got 3 in the additional cards here from the Wisdom of the Oracle. So 3 might be a significant number for you this month. If you guys are seeing 333 or repeating 3 numbers, then that's something to pay attention to as well. First card you have here is Chop Wood. So this is about doing the daily tasks. It's about just focusing on the mundane and getting what needs to get done, at a practical, physical level. First and foremost, because it needs to get done, and you'll get that sense of accomplishment when it is. But also because when you are focusing on sort of mundane, repetitive tasks, what happens is that it can almost be like a form of meditation where you are allowed to sort of tap into that subconscious mind, that higher self, because it's beyond the ego. The ego is kind of distracted by doing the dishes or cleaning the house or, doing some menial tasks and labor and things like that. But it allows you to then tap into and gain a lot of insight and clarity and new ideas and maybe even some healing or personal realizations. So chop wood. Next, you have round and round in reverse. It feels like you guys are ending a cycle that has been going around and around for a really long time, but you're coming to the very end of that now. And this has been something that's been kind of progressing towards this closure for a while. You don't have any major arcana that indicate the end of the cycle, but you do have a lot of cards here that indicate the beginning. So I feel like you're coming out of the ending. The ending has already happened, and now you're moving into this new beginning where it's like the beginning of a brand new cycle. It's not this old cycle that you've been in before. It's something brand new. So get excited about that. And then the last card you have here is Truth Be Told in reverse. And Truth Be Told in reverse can indicate, again, it's like, where are you kind of lying to yourself, or where do you not have all the information, or maybe the information is not as accurate as it could be. Where is there misinformation, and how can you identify that? Basically, learning discernment as to what information is relevant to you and what is not. And that is a practice that you need to kind of incorporate into your daily life as like a daily routine, where you can kind of base everything that you hear, and including everything that you think, on whether or not that actually aligns with you, whether or not that resonates, whether or not that's empowering, etc. So using your discernment is going to be a really big thing this month as well. And that can help you to kind of get out of situations that might be conflicting. So yeah. Forewarned is forearmed. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys. That's all I have for you guys this month, Cancer. I really hope that this resonated with you and that this benefited you in some way. If it did, let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you guys would like to book a reading or an energy healing session with me, all of the information can be found at tokittyanbeyond.com. Link is in the description box below. Much love, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next month. Bye. Hi Libra, welcome to your December monthly reading. Let's go ahead and look into the cards and see what energies you guys are working with in the course of this month. So Libra, what is the overall energy for Libra? Take what resonates and leave the rest. These are general readings, just so you are aware. You have the Fool card as your overall energy, so beautiful new beginning. Let's take a look at the obstacle that you guys might be working with this month. What is the obstacle or challenge? You guys have the Five of Cups. Yeah, that is a bit of a challenging energy. And what is the advice and guidance from Spirit for Libra in the month of December? Six of Swords as the advice and guidance. I like that. And let's take a look at the potential outcome energy. Potential outcome. Page of Wands. Okay, Libra. So let's get a little Let's get a little deeper into the cards here. So you guys have the Fool card as your overall energy this month. So December is looking like a great time to start something new, to step out into the unknown, to take a leap of faith of some kind, and to really kind of explore. I'm getting this feeling of exploring. So this could even be like moving. This could be traveling. This could be actually kind of literally exploring, or this could just be exploring new avenues, new potentials, new ideas, anything really. It's encouraged though for you guys this month to embrace the new, to look for the new, to see the potential, to expand and broaden your horizons. The challenge though is the Five of Cups. So this is kind of like an emphasis or focusing your perspective on the past, on what you don't have anymore, what you've lost, what didn't work out. So there's this aspect of grief or grieving of the things that occurred in the past, or focusing on the past with a sort of a nostalgic air that kind of brings you into that state of sadness. So I'm seeing you guys kind of fighting against the past versus the future. It's like you're in the present moment, and some of you might feel this real sort of inexplicable pull to focus on the past and what happened there and sort of grieve some of those things. Allow yourself to do that, of course, definitely, yes. You don't want to repress anything, but it's also important not to stay there. It's important not to linger long in grief. I mean, give yourself a day, 2 days, a week, whatever it takes, but don't live there. Don't set up shop. You know what I mean? Because the Fool is encouraging you to get moving, get going. Get out there, travel, go explore. And the Five of Cups is not that type of energy. It's not wanting to explore because it's just focusing on what was before. So this is a bit of a challenge for you guys potentially this month. But that being said, the advice and guidance from Spirit is the Six of Swords. So this really speaks to me of travel, and that's what I was picking up on. Is you guys might actually be traveling this month. You guys might be exploring new areas, even in your own, your community, your city, wherever. So even if you're not traveling far, you could be kind of breaking the routine a little bit and exploring new places, new ideas, new themes. So allow yourself to do that. Spirit is advising that. And it connects with that overall energy really nicely as well. The Six of Swords is also about leaving sort of troubled waters mentally or emotionally and moving into something that is a lot more stable, a lot more grounded, and a lot more peaceful. So again, if you've been grieving and this has kind of been a tumultuous experience for you and it's come in waves that's knocked you over time and time again, now's the time to get out of that choppy water and to move into a place or a state of mind that's going to really help you get that sense of clarity that eventually will really result in a lot of joy, a lot of curiosity, and a lot of new adventures. And then the potential outcome energy you guys have is the Page of Wands. So again, this speaks to me of travel, adventure, exploration, curiosity, learning something new, expanding your horizons, broadening, your home base, maybe traveling as well, or learning something new from afar. This could be kind of looking into new information that's from other places, other belief systems, other kind of ways of thinking, other philosophies, and that can broaden your mind and really shift your perspective. Or this, again, could be physically moving, traveling, exploring, etc. So step into that, embrace it, allow yourself to kind of go with the flow this month and have a good time as much as you can. So let's take a look at the final oracle card that's going to be coming through for you guys in the month of December. So for Libra, oh my God, you guys, you have To the Sea. So you guys might actually be traveling overseas, because that's what the Six of Wands can represent. Or sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is success, victory, and triumph. And so I think maybe that energy is wanting to come through as well. Maybe this travel or this movement overseas or this shift or change of some kind, even if you're not going literally overseas, it's like you're exploring, you're expanding, you're broadening your horizons. That's the word. If this had a title, I would call it broadening your horizons, because that's what you're doing. And it does have this real sense of exploration. It's like you are setting out on the high seas to go explore the new world or something like that. And there's this real sense of joy that's bringing. So yes, it does require you to kind of end something, let some things go, move on from the past, but it's really going to be something beautiful. So get curious and explore. All right, so that is what I have for you this month, Libra. I really hope that it resonated and that it helped. If it did, let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you guys would like to book a reading or an energy healing session with me, all of the information can be found in the description box at tokittyandbeyond.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next month. Bye. All right, hi Sagittarius, welcome to your December monthly reading. Let's go ahead and look at the cards and see what energies you guys are working with this month. So for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or whatever draw you to this reading, the overall energy you guys have is the Four of Cups. And let's take a look at the obstacle or challenge that you guys are working with this month. You have the Death card. And what is the advice or guidance from Spirit for Sagittarius in the month of December. Oh, yeah, okay, we'll take the 3. You got the Knight of Swords, the Chariot, and the 4 of Pentacles, and we'll go through those individually as the advice and guidance. Now, finally, let's take a look at the potential energy for the outcome of December. Potential outcome energy for Sagittarius in December. 2 of Swords. Okay, so Sagittarius, let's dive deep and see what's going on for you guys in the month of December. You guys have the 4 of Cups as your overall energy. So this is a little bit of a discontented, bored type of energy. You might be feeling restless this month, or you might be dissatisfied with what you have or what's being offered. This dissatisfaction could also kind of prevent you from seeing an offer that's coming in, or from really embracing something that's kind of being forced on you, I want to say, because I do get this sense that you guys you're up for a change right now, and you guys might not want that change, but it's something that is really going to help you to expand and explore. And oh, by the way, happy birthday to those of you who were born in December. I think December is Sagittarius, right? Anyway, I should know these things. Your challenge for the month of December is the Death card. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like you guys are kind of going through some kind of a transformation or a change. Something might be ending, and you might be kind of being redirected in a pretty major way. And we have the Sagittarius new moon on December 4th, and I know that's kind of at the beginning of the month, but it's really setting up a major shift or change for you guys, because that's sitting in your sun sign or wherever it is in your chart based on your top 3. So pay attention to where you might be resisting changes that need to happen, or where the universe is kind of redirecting you, because the South Node is being activated by this solar eclipse on the 4th. So this is like the final last chance kind of ditch, Hail Mary of when you can clear karma from the past. So don't hold on to that, let it go if it needs to go. And the advice and guidance you guys have from Spirit is, 4 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Knight of Swords. So it's like, let it go, let what needs to go, go. Because if you're holding on to it, it's really just kind of restricting you. You have 2 4 cards here as well, which speak to me of stability, patience, hard work, discipline. Persistence is another word that's coming through. However, if you're using that in a way that's detrimental, that's not allowing you to grow and move forward and change when change is necessary, then that's maybe not the best use of that energy. If you redirect all of that energy into moving forward, into creating progress, into moving towards success, and allowing yourself to let go of the things that don't help you to do that, then you're actually going to be going somewhere, because you've got the Chariot and the Knight of Swords, which are both all about movement, progress, success, advancement, and doing so really, really quickly. So if you embrace this energy and you let go of the things that you've kind of been holding on to really, really tightly, or that you're attached to, or that you're kind of digging your heels in about, and let yourself go through this death process, when you transform, release, and renew yourself in this beautiful way, then you're actually going to really get moving. You're going to be able to make some progress. You're going to be able to explore and expand, and it's going to be successful. It's like a win-win type of energy here, but it can feel like you're losing something in the process of that. So it can feel like it's a win-lose, but it's actually a win-win. It's just about the perspective and the context that you're looking at it through. The outcome energy, potential outcome energy, is the 2 of Swords. So you guys might be kind of reassessing how you want to move forward, or making a decision of some kind towards the end of the month, or moving into January. So you guys could be looking at, what is it that's creating this discontent, this boredom, this unease, this dissatisfaction, and how can I change that up? How can I move into something new? What do I need to hold on to create stable foundations, and what do I need to let go of that I've been holding on to that's not helpful? And that's, it's kind of like, I'm seeing this energy of like a pros and cons list, maybe writing it down and having sort of a more concrete way of looking at it can be helpful. Instead of just jumping into things kind of willy-nilly, give yourself a little bit of time here to assess and discern appropriately what is going to be the next most beneficial course of action. And try again to go deep into those areas where you might be holding yourself back or not wanting change or being kind of distracted by something that you thought you wanted, but something better is trying to be offered. So pay attention to those types of things. And let's get a final card from the Wisdom of the Oracle for you guys in the month of December. So for Sagittarius, one final card, please. Oh, wow. You guys got the Treasure Island card. Number 9. 9 is about endings. So yeah, you guys really have this intense sort of an ending type of energy here, but it's bringing treasure because it's Treasure Island, right? So it's finding that treasure. It's being able to access that treasure. I really like that they have the turtle on here as well. It's like the sea turtle. And you know, it's funny because we normally associate turtles with going slow and like slow and steady wins the race. But the sea turtle here is making me think of Finding Nemo when the sea turtles are all kind of surfing the, what is it called? It's like a current that they go through. If you guys can remember what it's called, let me know in the comments because I'm blanking right now. But you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen Finding Nemo, it's the sea turtles, and they're all surfing on that current. So you're moving really, really fast. You're getting from point A to point B really swiftly, and that's what I'm seeing here with the Chariot and the Knight of Swords. It's like you guys are getting into this current if you're allowing yourself to do it. It's like, don't be like Marlin. Okay, this is I love that they're paralleling here between Finding Nemo and you guys in the month of December. It's like if you guys are being like Marlin, who's too rigid, who's too stuck in his ways, sometimes he has fear that blocks his way of seeing progress or creating progress. It's like he wants to create from a place of safety. But what happens with that is that you don't allow any change to take place. And it can be very limiting and very dissatisfying. And especially if you're somebody who's dealing with someone who's like that, you know, it's like Nemo, he just wanted to go out and explore. He just wanted to go and try new things. And Marlin is going, well, no, you need to be safe. We need to do it the right way because of his traumas and his fears from the past. So this is something where if you can let go of those old ways of kind of limiting yourself, putting yourself in a box, being dissatisfied with the way things are, really kind of holding on to things that are stable, rather than creating progress and change and movement, if you actually step into that current and allow yourself to kind of just go with the flow and enjoy the ride, then you're going to find treasure at the end. You're going to find something maybe that you didn't even know that you were looking for. So be open to that. All right, Sagittarius, that is what I have for you in the month of December. I hope that it resonated and it benefited you. If it did, let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you guys are looking to book a reading or an energy healing session with me, you can find all of the information at tokittyandbeyond.com, and I've linked that in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next month. Bye. All right, hi Capricorn, welcome to your December monthly reading. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or whatever drew you here to this portion of the video. Let's take a look at the energies you guys are working with this month. So what is the overall energy for I didn't even finish asking the question, and you guys have the Devil card popping up, which is the Capricorn card as well. So we'll talk more about that in a second, but let's go ahead and look at the challenge or the obstacle energy that you guys are working with in the month of December. You have the Queen of Swords reversed, and the advice and guidance from Spirit, how to work with this energy effectively. You have the Five of Wands and potential outcome energy. Got a couple of cards here with the potential outcome. You have the Three of Wands and the Judgment card. Oops, if I can show it to you, the Judgment card. So Capricorn, let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening here in the month of December. So you guys have the overall energy of the Devil card. So, you know, the Devil, it really freaks some people out when they see it, but for me, it's really just an indication where you kind of want to look at where you're giving your power away. And this can be in very subtle things, like things that you do in your routine that really don't help you or don't liberate you or don't give you that sense of empowerment and freedom. So you want to look at those things where you are indulging too much, or where you are kind of attached to something that's not for you, or where you are giving up your power willingly for some kind of gain in some way. The Devil card can also be about embracing pleasure. It doesn't always have to have a negative connotation of, taking your power from you. It can also be about, just enjoying the little simple things in life in moderation, I want to say, in moderation, that's fine. And it can really kind of help you to connect with the more sensual aspects of who you are and what you desire and what you enjoy. And in that essence, it's not disempowering. It can actually teach you a lot about your own personal power. And the Devil card, if in the other extreme is really about kind of taking the power from you, or where you're giving your power away, then it can help to teach you how to take that back. It can help to teach you where and what you're investing your energy into that is not aligned, and how to redirect that. So the Queen of Swords you guys have as the challenge energy. So you guys might not be seeing things clearly in the month of December. Either that, or there could be conflict with communication. So you might find yourself kind of coming head to head with somebody who has a very different opinion or view than you do. You could be very sort of entrenched in the ways that you are doing things or thinking about things, and somebody else comes in and says, that's wrong. I don't agree with that. I don't believe in that. And so you kind of come to a crossroads where you have to address the fact that this person's beliefs don't match with yours. The greatest thing that you can do in this situation is just to agree to disagree, really. You can try to debate it, you can try to rationalize it, you can do all of those things, but really at the end of the day, you might just become more entrenched in your own point of view and become even more restricted, or butt heads with that person, basically. It's not ideal. So try to stay above that energy by either agreeing to disagree or respecting that person's beliefs, even if it's not something that resonates with you. Just seeing and understanding that there's multiple truths, and that it really depends on the perspective, that person's whole life before that point, and why they believe in that thing, and why you believe in what you believe in. So you can respect people even if you don't understand or agree with their beliefs. That being said, the advice from Spirit this month for you guys is the 5 of Wands. So a little bit of healthy competition is okay. If it's something like this is a lively debate of some kind and you're getting enjoyment from it and you're not being triggered or triggering the other person, then fine. Have a lively debate. Some people like to play devil's advocate for the sake of kind of sussing out what is actually the truth, or getting to, a different point of view or something like that. Even if you don't agree with it, it's nice to kind of have that awareness sometimes. So this can be about competition. It can be also about kind of working together. But like I said, if this is about conflict where there's too many cooks in the kitchen, there's too many people with too many different ideas or ways of doing things, best thing you can do is just to kind of step back and try not to get involved, if at all possible. If you need to set some boundaries, that can also be good as well. The 5 of Wands can indicate kind of needing to set some boundaries, kind of protect your space or stand up for what you believe in a way that doesn't allow you to be kind of trampled on, but at the same time doesn't really go into the offensive attack mode, if that makes sense. And then the potential outcome energy you guys have is the 3 of Wands and the Judgment card. So I feel like towards the end of December and moving into January, you guys are going to be reassessing kind of what you've been doing, what you believe in, and what you want to kind of bring with you or send out into the world, if that makes sense. So it's like you are really kind of addressing something big. It's like a call to action, and this is coming from the spiritual realm. So pay attention to messages that you're receiving, pay attention to insight that you're getting. Take a look at all of these sort of aspects that have come before you, maybe that are connected to the idea of power or disempowerment, and especially how that relates to your thinking and or your connections or communication with other people. So that's kind of the overall themes that you're working with in the month of December, potentially. Now let's get a final card from the Wisdom of the Oracle to see if there's any additional messages for you in the month of December. Okay, Capricorn, you have, I love this. You have co-create and you have flexible. Yeah. So basically, Spirit is they're saying it's important to co-create this month, but to be flexible because there might be different ways of doing things or different beliefs around things, different ideas. And so it's about kind of being flexible with your own self and your own perspective and your own kind of need to express what you believe to be the most effective way to do things and work together with people. And it does lead you into some kind of a rebirth. It does lead you into an epiphany of some kind or an awakening of some kind of a closure or leading up to the ending of a cycle as well. So being flexible with this new beginning, ending, new beginning type of thing. It's like there's going to be some kind of transition that comes from this. So be open to and willing to work with your own power and how that relates to other people and the dynamics between you so that you can create something more beautiful, beneficial, and aligned. So that's what I have for you this month, Capricorn. I really hope that it resonated and that it helped. If it did, let me know in the comments below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you guys would like to book a reading or an energy session with me, you can find the information at tokittyandbeyond.com. I will leave the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next month. Bye. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your December monthly readings. Let's go ahead and look at the energies that you guys are working with in the month of December and beyond. So Scorpio, what is the overall energy? You guys have the Eight of Pentacles as the overall energy. And what is the challenge or the potential obstacle that you guys are working with in the month of December? You have the Lover's card. And what is the advice and guidance from Spirit for you guys through this month? You have the Five of Swords. And finally, let's take a look at the potential energy of the outcome for this month and going into January. Queen of Swords upright. All right, so Scorpio, let's get a little bit deeper here into this reading. You guys have the Eight of Pentacles as your overall energy. So you guys might be focusing on kind of just getting some work done this month. You might have an emphasis on what you're learning, what you're studying, or what you're creating. Really honing your skills, I see as well. So you might be practicing something or improving your skills at a particular talent or idea or field of study or something like that. It's like you're working at it repetitively, and because of that, you're improving. I do see that the challenge this month could be to do with relationships or partnerships. Maybe you're focusing a little bit too much on work or study or whatever it is that is kind of occupying your mind and your time, and your relationships could be neglected. So the challenge this month could be connecting with people in that way or carving out time to be able to have those close, intimate relationships that really need your energy and attention to flourish and bloom. And the advice and guidance from Spirit is to not get triggered if somebody comes to you and says that you're not paying enough attention to them or that you're working too much or that you're neglecting them. And they might not even say it in that way. They might say it with an action that really doesn't look like that on the surface, but they're crying for that type of closeness, attention, connection. So this could set off the ego. This could create, conflict of some kind or an argument that kind of spirals into both parties wanting to be right instead of wanting to understand. So you do kind of want to be on the lookout for that and try to approach it with an air of understanding rather than of being understood. Because if both of you are just trying to understand the other person, then ultimately you're going to understand each other and be understood. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this, because there might be something that arises over the month of December that is a little bit challenging, and it could turn into a lose-lose situation. So you want to make sure that you are coming at it from a very mature, communicative, conscious point of view. That way you can create harmony within whatever this relationship or partnership is needing, and at the same time allow yourself the understanding from this other person so that you can continue to do what it is that you are focusing on so very intently. And then the potential outcome energy you guys have is the Queen of Swords. So again, this is about being very clear and tactful with your communication, being receptive to understanding and another person's point of view or communication that's coming towards you. Try to be compassionate as much as possible through this, and that could create better reciprocation within relationships and communication in general. So be open to that. If you guys are having a challenge kind of either within a current relationship or you're looking for a relationship, again, focusing so much on your work is maybe not the best idea, although it is something that you're doing, and that's fine. But just make sure that you're balancing that with these types of connections that you're either in or that you're wanting to have. And that will really help to kind of balance things out, because it's like you need to have both. Having clear communication, if you're looking for a romantic partner, is also really vital and important, and being willing to receive, potential advances or opportunities for love and connection can also be highlighted. And for those of you who are in relationships, then this is about clear communication, making sure that you're not coming at it from an ego perspective, which will then really just pit one against the other. And that's not what teamwork is all about. So let's take a look at the wisdom of the oracle and see what final messages are coming through for you guys in the month of December. For Scorpio, you have the regeneration card. So you guys are going through a regenerative process right now. You might be working on something that is connected to your regeneration, or connected to the regeneration of a relationship as well. Venus is in retrograde in Capricorn, I believe, in December, or it's in the pre-shadow phase. I can't remember. But anyways, there's going to be sort of like reassessment when it comes to relationships and stability and what you value. So allow yourself to regenerate as needed. All right. Thanks so much for watching, Scorpio. That's what I have for you. I hope that it resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you guys would like to book a reading or an energy session with me, all of the information can be found in the description at the link to my website, tokittyandbeyond.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next month. Bye. Hi Virgo, welcome to your December monthly reading. Let's go ahead and look at the energies that you guys might be working with this month. So for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, let's take a look at the overall energy for the month of December. You guys have the Ten of Swords as the overall energy. Okay, what is the obstacle or challenge for Virgos to overcome? You have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. What is the advice and guidance from Spirit? Get some of that supportive energy in here. Okay, you guys have the Death card reversed. And let's take a look at the potential energy outcome for December and moving into January as well. You have the Devil card. Okay. Virgo, this is looking like a pretty intense reading. Let's dive a little deeper here. The overall energy you guys have is the Ten of Swords. This is not an easy energy to be in. It's kind of like you've hit rock bottom, or you're coming to this really sort of end of the road in terms of a really challenging mental strife or dispute or something like that. This can also be betrayal, where it's kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, and it's like you're really exhausted with whatever this relationship or this thought process has brought to mind. So, on the plus side, it's always darkest before the dawn, and having this new beginning on the horizon here, and having this be the 10, it's the ending of the cycle. So you are coming out of that and moving into something new, but right before that happens, it's kind of like you fully surrender and you succumb to this intensity, usually in the mental realm, because the swords represent the mind and thought. So you do want to focus on kind of what you can let go of or surrender to what's happening. If you've been really stressed out for a long time, maybe that's kind of something that you need to kind of actually look at. That's what I mean by surrender to it, right? Look at it, allow yourself to dive deep into it and feel what's coming up to be felt, because through that feeling process, you can allow yourself to move on from it. The challenge you guys have this month is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So this is an interesting energy. You guys might be very ungrounded this month, or you might be struggling with your finances, and there's fear around being able to make ends meet or to have a stable foundation on which to build and grow on. So I do feel like if this is something that's actually physically happening and there's a lot of stress around it, there's something better that's coming. This death process, this rejuvenation, this renewal is happening for a reason. However, if this is you not being grounded enough and being too much in the mental space and that really kind of detracting from your empowerment, that's something you want to look at as well and maybe assess whether that's helping or supporting you and how you could better ground to create more opportunity for processing these emotions and these thoughts in a way that's actually helpful or beneficial. And then the advice and guidance from Spirit you have is the Death card reversed. So yeah, there's definitely some transformation happening here. There's definitely some need for change that's occurring. There's an end of a cycle and the new beginning of the next one. But like I'm seeing here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, there's some resistance to this. So there is a kind of a need to surrender to the process. That doesn't mean giving up, but it can mean kind of just letting go of any expectations that you held, or allowing yourself to kind of be liberated by the freedom that surrendering to this process will ultimately bring. Letting go of the need to know definitively what's going to happen, or to have all of the answers, or to kind of really have everything secured. It's okay to have a little bit of things up in the air when necessary. If you're on the other side where you're needing to ground more, of course, it's the other way around. But there's transformation here that's on the table. So if you guys are willing to take that, then it can really lead you into empowerment. However, you guys have the Devil card as the potential outcome energy. So this is not easy. Overall, a lot of these cards are challenging. So working with the Devil energy is really about finding where you're giving your own power away. Maybe for joy, for pleasure, for connection. It's also attachments and addictions. So you kind of want to look at where you've been maybe giving too much to something that's not giving back to you in any way, shape, or form. That could lead you into this state of really kind of like mentally hitting rock bottom, or even physically, especially with that Queen of Pentacles. It's like if you've really hit rock bottom and you don't have your finances in order, and you don't have your mental health in order, and you don't have a healthy relationship, and you don't have any support network, really important to reach out and to start making changes that will allow for some of those things to be rectified, allow yourself to be supported, that kind of thing. So let's get a final card from the Wisdom of the Oracle and see what other messages are coming through for you guys in the month of December. Okay, you guys have the Time to Go card. So this may be a time to go. You might be resisting ending something that's not working anymore. Maybe it once did. But, you know, it's like whatever was there before, it really is weighing on you. It's really weighing heavy, and it's maybe not giving you the nurturing, the support, the financial stability, whatever it is that you need to be able to feel empowered and strong and stable. So if you've been kind of resisting this death process and kind of waiting on, you know, more information or the right time, or if there's just been fear around really kind of stepping into this transformation, the Devil card is here to let you know that it's really just, it's for your best interest to make a change in some way, big or small, that will allow you to step out of the disempowerment and into stability. And that could be leaving something that's not working. So time to go. This could be ending a relationship. It could be changing jobs. It could be changing the way you operate within those structures. Really anything. This could also be leaving behind a habit or a routine that doesn't work for you, something that's disempowering and draining, and that ultimately has been kind of culminating in that Ten of Swords energy, or that's been costing you money, that kind of thing. So it's time to go, time to change, and hopefully that will be easy for you in the long term. But if not, then hopefully you will have the strength to get through some of the more challenging parts of this journey. So I wish you guys all the best, Virgo. I really hope that this month turns out better than the cards are looking, and that you have what you need to feel stable, secure, and empowered through the month of December. I hope that this resonated and that it helped you in some way. If it did, let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to book a reading with me or an energy healing session, you can find all the information at tokittyandbeyond.com. I will leave the link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next month. Bye. All right. Hi, Leo. Welcome to your December monthly readings. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energy that you guys are working with this month. So for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, just take what resonates and leave the rest. The overall energy you guys have is the Knight of Pentacles. Let's take a look at the obstacle that you guys might have to overcome or to work with this month for Leo in December 2021. You have the Knight of Cups reversed. 2 knights. Let's see the potential, or sorry, no, I'm skipping ahead. Let's see the advice and guidance from Spirit. 8 of Pentacles and the advice and guidance, and then let's see the potential energy of the outcome. Okay, so you have the Page of Swords as the potential outcome energy. So let's dive deeper into this reading and see what's going on for you guys this month. So, Leo, you guys have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright position as your overall energy. So you guys might be working with some kind of new investment, or you might be kind of setting out on a journey to create some new form of abundance for yourself, to ensure long-term financial rewards. That's what I'm feeling for you guys, especially since you got that 8 of Pentacles, but we'll talk about that in a second. So the Knight of Pentacles is slow moving. He likes to make sure that he's planning appropriately, that he's taking necessary precautionary steps to ensure that his journey will be smooth, effective, and that there will be that return on his investment. So you do want to focus on potentially new opportunities that are coming in, messages that are coming in connected to finances, connected to new jobs or work opportunities. You also want to focus on getting really organized with your pursuits or moving towards your goals. So you want to write down what it is specifically that you're looking to create or to experience or to attract, and then methodically, systematically move towards your goals. So it does take a little bit of planning, but you have this Knight of Pentacles energy on your side to help you support through that process. Now you have the Knight of Cups reversed in the obstacle or challenge this month. So really listening to your emotions might be challenging this month. You might be kind of pulled in many different directions emotionally, and you might not have a lot of clarity on some of the emotional messages that you're receiving from yourself or from others. You could have some self-doubt. There could be some fears that you need to address as well, especially if you're going on a journey, which is what it looks like here, because you have 2 knights. You know, one that's really looking forward to kind of taking it slow and steady and creating progress, and one that's maybe emotionally a little bit upside down right now and trying to find a way to stabilize, essentially. And so this Knight of Cups it can be emotional messages that kind of leave you in a state of turmoil a little bit, or where you're needing to address those things that are occurring within you to that effect. So that is the challenge this month. However, the challenge always comes with opportunity. So there's opportunity to really reconnect with your emotions in a way that feels much more stable, regulated, and will help you to be very methodical as needed to move towards your goals. The advice and guidance from Spirit is to focus on what you can do. It's to focus on what's in front of you. It could be learning a new skill. The 8 of Pentacles can represent study, learning, really applying yourself in a new way. It can also be about honing your skills and practicing. It can be about creating something, getting better at something, really focusing intently on one specific thing, whether that's a new kind of vocational skill that you're learning, whether that's on a new course of study that you're partaking on, or whether that's creating in your job and your environment and your work, or just creating something for the pure joy of creation's sake. It's really focusing on that and mastering that, getting better at that, creating over and over and over again until you get that really finished, nice product that you're looking to have or to create. And the potential outcome energy you guys have is the Page of Swords. So you guys could be having communication come in from emails, social media, things like that. So pay attention to opportunities that come through via emails and things like that. But it can also be about study. So you have 2 cards about study here. So you might be studying something new. You might be learning something new. You might be embarking on a new way of thinking and kind of looking into areas or information that can help you to grow and expand at that consciousness level, and how you apply that to your work, to your career, to your finances, and to to a more sort of internal level, your emotional realm as well. So this information can not only benefit you in terms of your physical return on investment, like money, but it will also have a return on investment in terms of your emotional health and well-being. So let's grab one final card from the Wisdom of the Oracle to see what final messages are coming through for you in the month of December. So Leo, you guys have the Tribe. Oh, I love that. You've got the Tribe here, number 8. It's about power, strength, and abundance. And you've got that 8 of Pentacles here as well. So you guys have a lot of strength, a lot of power, a lot of financial abundance and blessings are coming to you in the month of December. Whether you see it immediately or not, you are vibrating at that or will be vibrating at that. So pay attention to those opportunities that want to present for you. The Tribe really speaks of connections within your tribe, so your community. You want to look towards your community projects, learning environments, your family, your friends. This is the Tribe. It's like the support network. So this can help you to maybe work through some of these things in many of these different areas, in finances, in your emotions, in thought, in learning, in what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and what your routine is. So connecting to a tribe is really important. Having that tribal connection is also something that's encouraged here because it can help you to receive information. It can be, a support in times of exploration, new beginnings, really setting out on a new path. And this Tribe card, it really speaks to me of paying attention to information or opportunities that come through your tribe. So your family, your friends, your networks. Pay attention to where there could be a networking opportunity that could lead to something, a new venture or a new opportunity of learning or a new form of communication that will help to bring a return on your investment later on. All right, Leo, that is your reading for the month of December. I really hope it resonated and that it helped. If it did, let me know in the comments below. And if you guys are looking to book a reading or an energy healing session, I will leave the link to my website, tokityandbeyond.com, in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next month. Bye. All right. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your December monthly readings. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energy that you guys are working with this month. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, what is the overall energy for the month of December? You guys have the 5 of Wands as the overall energy. Let's take a look at the obstacle or challenge that you guys might be working with in the month of December. You have the Strength card and the advice and guidance from Spirit to assist you in working with these energies effectively. You guys have the 2 of Pentacles, and it's so cool because as soon as I held up the 2, the time was 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. So if you go back and you pause it on the point that I first held the 2 up, it was 2, 2, 2, 2 on the time, which I love. So lots of 2s, synchronicities of 2s and angel numbers. Pay attention to 2s this month. Let's get the final potential outcome energy for the month of December for you, Aquarius. Wow, you guys have the Fool card. Closing out the reading really nicely. Okay, so let's dive deeper and see what's actually going on this month. So Aquarius, the overall energy you guys have is the 5 of Wands. So I really see this 5 of Wands energy as actually like healthy competition. It's like you're looking at different ways of doing things and you're training or you are practicing for what you want to create in the future. Sometimes the 5 of Wands can be about conflict, too many cooks in the kitchen, too many ideas that don't kind of go together. But what I'm actually seeing from this card in the context of the reading is more like sparring. Like you're sparring with other people, you're practicing. It's very sort of good-natured, and there's a teamwork type of vibe to it. It's like you're practicing for the big game, and there's going to be opportunity this month to really hone your skills is what I'm feeling. The obstacle or the challenge in the month of December is the Strength card. So you guys might be struggling with having sort of internal strength or having the grace to be able to move through some of these challenges without kind of being hard on yourself or succumbing to fear or doubt or actually having conflict with other people. You know, the 5 of Wands is a very fiery, passionate energy. If that gets too much to the extreme, in the negative polarity, it can show up as, yes, conflict, disagreements, challenges, that kind of thing. And so it is kind of more so about addressing these types of things with an energy of grace, having the power and the strength to work together to create based on that sparring energy where you're practicing. You are not actually battling, you're just working towards growth and creating more and more strength for yourself. So yes, you might start out the montage as, you know, this little scrawny weakling who can't fight or run a mile or whatever, and then over time, it's a challenge, but as the montage goes on, at the end, you're ready for the big fight. You know, you're ready for the big game or whatever it is. You are in shape. You are ready because you've put in the work. So I do feel like this month, it's going to kind of challenge or test your strength, but really that's building strength. So lean into that if you can. The next card you have is the advice and guidance from Spirit, and this is the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles in this position is talking about finding balance. So to me, it's so funny that this theme of sort of like training or weightlifting or sparring is coming up again with the Two of Pentacles. I'm seeing somebody like lifting weights like this. And it's like, it's more effective if you do them together like this, because then you're having equal weight distribution instead of one side and the other. It's not as balanced. So this Two of Pentacles is speaking directly to finding balance within the physical material world and how you create what you're focusing on and how your finances and how your physical being and how your routines are balanced or are not balanced. So there could be more strength to gain by creating balance. This could actually be about physical strength and building yourself up through exercise as well, because that's a big theme that's coming through. But also you've got the Fool energy and the potential outcome. So this is a new beginning. It's a void space where you can really go or do or create whatever it is that you want. So there's going to be some practice happening. You're going to acquire some strength, although it's not going to come easily, right? Because even when we're working out and physically acquiring strength, it takes practice, repetition. It's hard, it's challenging. You have to push yourself a little bit past your limits to be able to grow in that way and to create balance, to really move yourself forward through these cycles, because they're showing me the infinity sign there in this card and on the top of her head there as well. So the infinity symbol is like these cycles of life, everything being connected. And so as you move forward, as you create and embrace change and create balance and strength, you're really going to have a new cycle open up for you where anything is possible, and you're able to then have that leap of faith that required you to have this strength, right? Take that leap of faith that required you to have this strength. So let's grab a final card from the Wisdom of the Oracle and see what other messages are coming up for you guys in the month of December. Wow, that really jumped right up there. You guys have fork in the road, number 13. So a fork in the road is, it's an opportunity to kind of reassess which direction you want to go in. Do you keep going straight? Do you go left? Do you go right? Do you turn around and go back? There's many different options here. So this is kind of, I think, what you're preparing for through December and then leading into January. It's like there's a whole new opportunity that's coming up, and this might present as a fork in the road. It doesn't always have to be very sort of linear. It can be almost as though you come to a point where you have to reassess how balanced is the current path that you're on. Do you want to change directions? Is that going to be beneficial? And how can you build strength to help you on the chosen path, whatever it may be, going forward from here? So I really feel like this month is going to be about practicing for you guys. It can be about building strength. It can be about working together with other people to create harmony and balance. It can be about training. It's like you're training for something, you're preparing for something. And that something is going to be a little bit of a fork in the road, but it's going to lead you into multitudes of new environments and arenas. And so there's much opportunity here to be had. So I hope that that helps and that resonates, Aquarius. If it did, let me know in the comments below. And if you guys would like to book a reading or an energy healing session with me, I will leave the link to my website, tokittyandbeyond.com, down in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next month. Bye, guys. All right. Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your December monthly reading. Let's go ahead and jump into the cards and see what energy you guys are working with in this month. So December for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. These are general readings, so just take what resonates. You guys have the overall energy of the Queen of Cups. Well, that's very Piscean energy, so you guys are showing up in your own energy here. Let's take a look at the obstacle or challenge that you guys are working with in December. You guys have the High Priestess. Wow. Okay, that's also very Piscean energy, at least for me. And let's take a look at the advice and guidance from Spirit that you guys are working with, or that you can work with in the month of December. You have the Six of Swords. And what is the potential energy outcome? So the potential outcome energy you guys have is the Six of Pentacles. So you have two sixes here. That's something that I want to note right off the bat. But let's go ahead and look at the overall energy a little deeper. So you guys have the Queen of Cups. This is, like I said, very Piscean energy. It's intuitive, receptive, creative, emotional, very psychic as well. And because you guys have the High Priestess here as well, you guys might be empathic, you might be psychic, you might be working on boosting your clairvoyance or working with these intuitive abilities. If that's the case, continue to do so, continue to train, continue to expand and explore these realms. If you are not doing that, then maybe that's something that Spirit is encouraging you to look into if you feel comfortable doing so. Of course, follow your intuition, right? That's part of this, is practicing feeling into what is aligned and what is not. But definitely most Pisceans are naturally very gifted, psychic, empathic, intuitive, all of those aspects. All people are, but Pisces have a predisposition for it because of being a super in-depth water sign, deep feelers, big thinkers, and incorporating all of the aspects of the zodiac wheel because we're the final sign. So I'm a Pisces as well. So having this intuitive ability, it really allows you to connect to all of these different energies and to interpret that how you see fit. So this month, connect to your emotional body, connect to what you're feeling, connect to your intuition, your gut instinct. Now, the challenge this month is the High Priestess. I'm looking at the two over her head. The High Priestess is a beautiful energy of esoteric wisdom, guidance, intuitive knowing, psychic insight. However, in the challenged position, this High Priestess energy can come in with a little bit of vague sort of information. It's like she tells you only just enough to get you to the next step on your journey, but she won't give you enough to where you're satisfied mentally with the rational understanding. She'll really only give you just enough, even if it doesn't make sense initially, but it will get you to where you need to be. So she's kind of known as the secret keeper. She holds things back. She won't show you everything all at once because that wouldn't really serve you. This can feel like an obstacle or a challenge because our ego, our mind really wants to know every step of the way. It wants to have all of the answers. It wants to know all of the information. But unfortunately, that's not how this journey works. We signed up to incarnate as humans, which means we signed up to go through the veil of forgetting. So we don't have access to everything that's behind the veil. But that being said, Pisces, you do have access to something, and that can help you along your path. So whether you are the High Priestess or whether you're going to a High Priestess this month to help to bring you information, clarity, symbolism, intuitive insights, knowings, healings, whatever you're looking for, it's there in December, but it might feel like a bit of a challenge in some way, shape, or form. So let's see why. The advice and guidance from Spirit is the Six of Swords. So this might be kind of requiring you to get out of your own way, to get out of your own head, to calm those emotional waters so that you actually can receive the insights and the guidance that are ready and waiting on the other side for you to download them and interpret them. If there's conflict in your mental space, it can really get in the way of your intuition, your intuitive abilities, your psychic abilities, and so on and so forth. So it is about creating that opportunity for those things to flow in by having a clear signal. You know, you can't see through muddy water. You have to wait for it to settle, and then you can see through. Then you can have the insight. However, even looking through water, it can sometimes be distorted, and you have to interpret it appropriately. And you can only see so far ahead. So that's very sort of High Priestess energy. Allow yourself to move through this with grace. Allow yourself to explore, allow your mind to calm and settle. And if that means that you have to physically move to a location that does that, for perhaps going into a meditation room or designating some space in your house for this, or going into nature, or physically traveling to a location that calms you down, maybe that's something that can help you this month to reconnect with your psychic self. The potential outcome energy you guys have the Six of Pentacles. So this could be working with others as well. This could be giving back to others. Sixes really speak to me of harmony, relationships, and as above, so below. So it's really giving you that emphasis or that focus on the higher and bringing that into the physical. So taking what is above and bringing it below so that you can utilize that or share that with others in the case of the Six of Pentacles. So whether or not you are being the one sharing, you could also be the one who's receiving, because you could be these people who are being given the resources, or you could be the person who has the resources and is giving them. Either way, it really is about this beautiful exchange of energy. And so embracing that energy exchange is something that's encouraged here, because that can also help you to reconnect with that emotional self, with that compassion, with that empathy, and therefore with your intuitive psychic abilities. So let's get a final closing card from the Wisdom of the Oracle for Pisces in December 2021. Wow, there it is. Treasure Island. One other, I think it was Sagittarius who got this. I'll have to go back and rewatch them, but one other sign got the Treasure Island as the final closing message as well. So Pisces, Treasure Island is giving you this opportunity to connect to new destinations, new realms of exploration that will lead to treasure and abundance for you. I'm seeing this connected to water in a really big way, because you've got the sea turtle on the card here, and she's the Queen of Cups, which is the emotional water realm, and she's got this treasure in her hand. And that's what I'm seeing here as well. It's like you've got the treasure on the turtle's back, and it's connected to the emotional realm. It's connected to the feeling body. And so that is going to help you to move out of choppy water into calmer water, set the mind at ease so that you can connect with the internal treasures that are there. And then once you have them, you can either share them or you can receive, right? So if whatever side of that pendulum you're on, giving or receiving, there's going to be balance and energy exchange this month. There's lots of treasure. Connect with the feeling realm and you will get the insights and clarity that you desire. All right, thank you so much, Pisces, for watching. I hope that this resonated with you, and if it did, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you'd like to book a reading or an energy healing session with me, I will leave the link to my website in the description box below. It's 2kittyandbeyond.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next month. Bye.